So Diomande had in the old firm a bad contact, so small injury on the thumb, but he needed operation this morning for that. So he will be out, not long, but he will be out for the weekend. So I start with a surprise.
Tell us what the operation was. Whereabouts was the operation?
The thumb.
So just this weekend he misses?
We will see, but it's not for a long time.
Philippe, can I ask you first of all about yesterday and the postponement?
I prefer not, but I don't have a choice probably.
You always have a choice. Were you surprised? I know Craig Robertson was there.
Were you Tuesday in the press conference?
Wasn't the press I was at Derek's part yesterday.
So you cannot ask me if I was surprised.
Were you surprised the game was actually given the go-ahead at 11 o'clock yesterday morning?
No, I was ready for everything. We were ready to play. We prepared everything to play. We went there, we trained Tuesday morning, we went there, we were there afternoon. Players had the treatment, we had a meeting like we always do. We had 2 meetings on Wednesday around the game. We had all the preparation. Players were all the time in the hotel there. We were together and we were up to playing this game. We were preparing everything to get the 3 points. So all our focus was on that.
The statement from Rangers though was very strong and spoke about being unprofessional, Dundee being unprofessional. Who is that targeted at? Is it the club or is it the football side of the business or whatever?
It's really clear if this situation was clear already a few weeks before. It's already a long time a problem, apparently. It's for us the second time that the game is postponed. It's 5 games this season to are postponed, so that's 30% of the home games are postponed this season. I don't remember in more than 30 years football all over Europe that happened anywhere. So there's a big problem, I think, if you start to speak to them about climate change or things like that, then you don't realize the problem yet. So that's one point. It's sure not pointed at the manager of Dundee and at the players because they are the victim also of this situation, and I want to make this really clear. Because they're playing in a really good season and they're also frustrated for sure about that. But it's not a normal situation that you play in the Premiership, the best league. I think the league had a really good advertisement for the week with the Old Firm. There were so many people watching this game. I hear it was even a record until now. Everybody really positive about the game, about the intensity, all those things, about the scenario, everything, although I didn't like the start. So you have a really positive thing for Scottish football, but then 3 days later, this is really bad for the image of Scottish football, that these things can happen, and it could have been avoided by playing on another venue, somewhere else, because everybody knew what the situation is and was. So, no, it's pointed at the club that they didn't do the right things to have a decent football field, and it happened already several times this season. So that needs to be solved, otherwise you cannot play the game. And I understand also that teams like Hibs and Motherwell also feel really bad about this situation. And that could have been avoided last week by saying, okay, we take a decision earlier, or we play at another venue. We were even prepared to play today, so short ahead of the Ross County game, to play on Thursday, if Wednesday was not possible.
Was that an option then? Was that option offered to you?
No, we offered that option, but it was not accepted, apparently. So it will be next week. But if I hear that the decision will be that it's possible to play in Dundee again, we've seen yesterday in the morning it was possible, but 3-4 hours later with some rain, because it was not pouring rain or something, but in a few hours It was impossible. So who's going to guarantee that next week it's not going to rain a few hours? Because it's just the problem is the pitch. It doesn't take the water anymore.
Do you think, based on what you said, do you think the decision should be made now then that the game should not take place at Dennis Park because you just can't trust that pitch being fit and available?
Or somebody needs to guarantee that the next 5-6 days there will be no rain. And that the pitch will be good to play. That somebody take that responsibility to say, I'm 200% sure that will happen, otherwise it's my fault.
Philippe, yesterday, Tuesday when we were speaking to you, you seemed to be happy to play at a neutral venue. Was that offered to you?
No, not happy, not happy.
Not happy, but you would have played at a neutral venue.
We want to play everywhere.
So
we want just to play the game. Like, you guys maybe don't understand, but we have a very busy schedule. We had a very busy schedule. You're preparing everything. Trainings, preparations, free days. The guys almost don't have any free days. They will have 2 free days this month. I have to take 1 off now because we had to change our program. So, 2 days with the weekends, of course, included. So there's a lot of things around it also. We were yesterday in the hotel. I see there one family with a father with a small boy. It was the second time that they traveled from Wales to St Andrews for the boy to see a game of Rangers, and it's 2 times that the game is cancelled. This was a boy of 6-7 years old who was crying there. There's a lot of things around that. All the fans coming there, from Wales, from England, from Northern Ireland, from all over the place. The first time, a few weeks ago, and now again, this situation. This is really bad for the image of football in Scotland, and everybody needs to realize that, and it needs to be avoided. So it's important to take now the right decisions that this cannot happen anymore.
just to go back to what you were saying about the busy schedule, with all the delays, the indecision, the missed training days, the fact that you're always still got a game in hand, 1 game behind everyone else, do you think this has given you a disadvantage in the title race?
I'm not thinking about that. I told you I'm thinking only about one thing, that's my team and winning the next game. So I'm only busy with Ross County. That's why I told you guys I want to talk a little bit about football. But I know I need to respond all the other things also, and I need to be busy with the other things also, myself, but my team not. They need to focus on Ross County.
So is that what you're saying to your players? Is that what you're saying, that we can't feel sorry for ourselves, it's just the next game we take it on 3 points?
Yeah, of course.
Was the option there to play last week, ahead of the Old Firm game?
I don't think the option was there because Dundee needed also time to fix their field to be playable. And it was on the edge against Motherwell. If I hear the Motherwell manager, it was over the edge even, because it was not ready to play.
Has any of your players come to you and been concerned about the safety of actually playing on that surface? Because
I don't think they dare to say that to me, because they know they're not going to play that. So they take a big risk for the rest of the season.
But you've had concerns though, because Stuart Kettlewell said...
No, I did. I haven't been on the pitch, so I cannot make any comment about that. I can only make comment the day we were there, when it was postponed. Yes, that day, for sure, it was a risk for injuries for players. That's why the referee also took the decision not to play. Apparently, yesterday he took the same decision for the same reasons. For the 5th time this season.
What do you think the punishment should be for clubs?
That's not my job. I'm not sitting in the board of the federation. I'm not in the board of the club. So there are other really smart people in this country to make decisions around that and to discuss about that. Maybe also to take contact with other countries, what would happen there, or what happened in the past. I don't think it ever happened 5 times, but maybe after 2 or 3 games there were things happening in other countries. So let the smart people decide about that and let me focus on football.
Were Dundee willing to play today?
I don't know.
Who didn't accept? Was the league didn't accept?
I don't know.
If the plans are for next week, if the game doesn't go ahead on a Wednesday at Dennis Park, is there plans to play it elsewhere the following day? Or
The last thing that I hear now, the last information I got, is that we will know Tuesday, 12 o'clock latest, where we're going to play on Wednesday.
Where? Where are we going to play?
Normally in Dundee. If it's not possible, it need to be somewhere else. But that we know now, Tuesday, 12 o'clock, before we travel, that we know what's going to happen. Although we need to make then several plans. So I hope that we know already a few days before where the other venue will be to organize things.
Is there a chance that could be behind closed doors with no fans?
I don't know. Yeah, please, guys, ask these questions to the federation. They organize this game. I'm here to organize things for my team, to make travel, to see what's the squad and all these things, but not those questions. That's not my role.
You spoke about the image of Scottish football. Is there stronger leadership required to ensure that there is nothing like this?
I cannot say anything about that because I don't know anybody from the federation. So what can I say about that? Nothing.
But it's been
Maybe there is strong leadership and whatever reason there is this situation. I don't have any opinion about that. I don't know the people. I don't know. I only know that it's important now to make a really good decision towards next week. That it's really clear for everybody, that everybody knows, and that everybody can prepare this game in a good way. That it can be played for sure, 200% sure, and it can be played in a situation that is good for the image of Scottish football, like it was this weekend in the Old Firm. In good situation, that there can be football played like, I said it a few months ago. In Premier League, they raised the standards in all the demands that they had towards the teams to have a better product of football. That's why they're also the most, those are the games where most people look at. Because it's in the best way. It's the best football, it's the fastest football, because football is played there in a good way, on good surfaces. So it's an important part in football to have a good surface. So those are things to think about into putting. I don't know how it works in Scotland. In Belgium, you have the license committee. Probably it's the same here. I think it's all over Europe. And you need to get, for every demand they have, you need to get one minimum standard, like the lights, like the seating, like how many seated places and standing places or whatever. A lot of rules. I think the pitch is a really important part in that also. It's a really important part to have a good competition and a good product.
Last couple.
Yeah, Ross County. Played Ross County 24 times, you've never lost. I don't know if you were aware of that record.
No, I was not here all the time.
What challenges will they throw?
Yeah, I read from their manager also that they're super motivated and they want to do something special. So it's always the case. And we have respect for every opponent. They played a good game at Ibrox also. So we know we need to play a really good game to get the 3 points. So we're focused on that now.
In terms of the preparation for the game, Philippe, has what's happened though this week affected it, or can you have a normal training week now towards it?
No, it affected that, yes. So we had to change plans. For you guys also, normally you were here tomorrow, now you're here today because I had to change plans with the players. So it's a different preparation, but No excuse towards the game on Sunday. I'm not somebody who wants to have excuses if we need to change plans. I told you guys, we always adapt to the situation, but of course, if I see things that are not normal, I speak about it. But I will always adapt to win games with my team.
Philippe, when the club made the suggestion of playing the game at another venue, whether that was yesterday or potentially today, what were the reasons you were given why that wouldn't be possible?
That you need to ask the federation or the right people in the club. So it was not the case. So I don't go further in questions about that and why and what and when. And no, I just focus, okay, that's the decision. What can I do now with the team? Don't forget, we are how many days? 4 days, 5 days after the Old Firm. I've been preparing that, doing that, preparing the trainings of Dundee, preparing everything. I don't have time to ask everybody in the club about every word that's been said and every detail around that. So it was not possible, apparently, to have another venue or to play today on another venue. Okay, then I know that's decided and I go on with the team.
If it's decided on Tuesday that Dens Park is once again not able to take the game, and the decision is made that it's going to be another venue behind closed doors, how would you feel about those supporters there?
That is a disadvantage, of course, but it is what it is. We need to adapt. Like when it was COVID, we didn't like it also. But our mindset is whatever decisions are made, we go to win games. That's the mindset. So no excuses around that.
Wouldn't we allow,
Okay, last one.
wouldn't we allow a game behind closed doors now?
Hmm?
Wouldn't we allow playing behind closed doors?
Yeah, of course. If that's the decision, we will play behind closed doors. If they ask us to play on Mars, we go to Mars, we take the flight to win the 3 points. It's about that. That's our mindset of all group, of me and all my players.
Any other
That's us, guys.
the Monday team meeting?
No, for the rest, no, the same players available like it was yesterday.
Perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.